Good morning everyone. As promised and as you can see from the title, today's video is all about me reviewing the two hair tools that I have, the Dyson Airwrap Complete and the Shark FlexStyle. I've used both of them already. I've done a full hair tutorial on both of them. If you haven't seen them, I will link them down in the description box below, so make sure you check out both of them. That way you can see a full hair tutorial on each. But today specifically I'm going to talk about each, how I like it, and give you a full review on it and the pros and cons and the little attachments that come with each. Let's start with the Dyson one. This is the main device that we have. On the back you have a little release switch, which when you put the attachments, you hold this down and you release the attachment. It has an on, off, and a cool shot button. It has a heat temperature. It goes from hot to medium to cold. And then here you have 3 speeds, the fan speeds, which normally I use number 3. I go down to number 2 just for the front of my hair, but the rest of the time I'm using number 3. It is extremely powerful. The price of this one is $5.99. They do have, sometimes they have sales going on, I think twice a year, but normally the price of this is $5.99. Now the attachments of this one, this is called the Dyson Complete Airwrap Long. I specifically got a long one because the barrels are long, and it has 2 different barrel sizes, 1.25 and I believe 1 inch, but 99% of the time I'm using this one, and I use this one for sometimes the front of my hair if that day I have extra frizzy hair, but normally I'm using this one. As you can see on each barrel, there are 2 arrows on each barrel. So let's say you're using this, all you have to do is turn it. Let's say you're using this barrel for this side of your hair and you're done and you're moving on to this part. All you have to do is turn this one. As you can see, it does like a little click and the arrow points this way or this way, and it switches between the air directions, so you can do it away from your hair. And this is great because sometimes when I want extra volume, I do each piece of hair even on one side. I do one section away from my face and then the other section towards my face. So I really like that option because you can just switch it from one direction to another by just twisting this. Same with this one. All you have to do is twist the little head and it changes directions completely. Now these are the 2 heads, and it comes with these 2 brushes. I have never used this one. I really honestly don't know the reason for these 2, the difference. I know the difference is that this one has tiny little balls on it, but this one doesn't, but I honestly don't know if that one was necessary. And I know with the old Dyson, these didn't move. With the new one, it moves with your hair and it kind of sucks in your hair at the same time, so it locks your hair in and your hair doesn't go anywhere. So I really like that as well. I use this head a lot to basically brush out my hair and dry it. The next attachment does a couple of different things. It has the blow dryer here, which I use to dry my hair completely when I'm, not completely, 80% when I'm styling it. So this is the hair dryer, blow dryer. And then you have these 2 sides, this one and this side. This is the frizz control. So as you can see, you can switch from one side to the other to do a frizz control. And then when you are using the frizz control, this arrow has to be here. So you switch it all the way from here to here so that the air comes from here. This side has no vents, as you can see, but if the vent is here, it's going to blow from here. Okay, so you turn it and it kind of clicks and you're going to start getting the air from here and from here. Then you can use the direction of this little tiny metal part. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? All right, the next attachment, sorry, there's a bunch of hair here. The next attachment is this round brush that I absolutely love. And here is, this is the only piece. I do think they came out with a bigger one. So disregard my comment because I would like a bigger one and I think they came out with a bigger one. So completely disregard that because I'm just going to get one. So that's the only thing I would have changed, but I, again, believe they have it now and they didn't a couple months ago. So that was honestly the only thing that I wished for it, and they came out with one. The next thing that comes with it, it's a little filter cleaner, and it has these little bristles here, and you basically put it around here and you turn it and you clean the filters here. You do get a little red light here indicator that it's time for you to change your filter. So that's when you know you're supposed to change your filter. All right, now some other things about it is extremely powerful. It's really transformed my hair. I've been using it since April 2022. So it's been a year and a half that I've been using it. It's transformed my hair. I do not get any heat damage anymore. And the way I know is every time I used to brush my hair, it's really interesting because with hair, I've talked about this so much on my channel. With skin is really hard. When you put a new skincare, when you have a new skincare routine or when you're using a new product, kind of hard to see or maybe feel or see the difference. With hair, the turnaround time is pretty quick with the things I've been doing to my hair. I've been seeing a huge difference and a lot of results. One of them is that every time I used to brush my hair, I used to see all these little tiny hair pieces on the floor, like tiny, like my hair is breaking in pieces. Let's say you take a long piece of hair and you just cut it with a scissor. That's how I used to see my hair on the floor. And since I've been using this and of course oiling my hair, a bunch of other things that I've been doing to my hair to kind of transform it, I no longer see those on the floor or on my sink. So that really shows me that my hair is not breaking anymore. So I don't see hair breakage anymore. I see a bunch of baby hair now. So it's really been transforming my hair. I really like it. Yes, the price point is a little bit on the pricier side, $600, but it truly, in my opinion, it's worth every penny. All right, let's quickly move on to the Shark, and then I want to compare these two, few things that pros and cons about each. All right, so we're gonna go to Shark. This is the Shark Style Flex, and here's what it looks like. I actually really like the color, and the design is very sleek and very beautifully designed. I really truly like it. Here are a few things. So here's the main device, and on the back you have two little buttons. You press this one down and this one completely turns, so it becomes like an L, like a blow dryer. So that's the one thing I kind of like. But then again, I've been using this for a year and a half that I'm kind of really used to it, and I really don't see that really necessary. I don't see this, not necessary, I don't see it as something that's been missing in my Dyson, if that makes sense, because it just works perfectly. So I really don't miss this in my life. So you have this other release button here that this releases the attachment. So when you put the attachment, it clicks, and then you push this down to release the attachment. Now on the front, you have a few different options. You have the cold shot, which you kind of have to hold it to have a cold shot. And then you have the on and off button right here. Then you have the heat setting here, the temperature. Then you have the speed right here. So it has 3 speeds, 3 temperatures, just like this one. And with the cold shot of this one, you do have to hold it. You also do have to hold it on the Dyson one. So down means it's off and middle it's on. And then when you go up, it doesn't lock. So you have to hold it for a cold shot. So when it comes to that, they're very similar. So now let's go over the attachments for the Shark. It comes with 2 barrels. They are a little bit shorter. Again, I will compare very shortly. It comes with 2 barrels and 1 for each side of your hair, so you do have to switch. So it will be very challenging if you're doing one side of the hair to kind of like switch back and forth. So you just have to do it either like away from your hair or pointing to your face, away from your hair, away from your face, or towards your face. And then you just have to switch when you go to the other side. The other attachment it has is the frizz control. It has these plates that get hot, and you basically kind of brush it with this rubber thing right here, and it kind of does the frizz control work for you. It has this attachment, which is a half a brush. As you can see, the back does not have a brush, and this side has a brush. And then you have a full brush. I really like this. Honestly, this was the main reason I got the Shark. This is a kind of oval, and I've never worked with oval. I've always had a circle brush, but it's very interesting. I really like the way it works. So you have this full brush, and then you have a diffuser. I mentioned in my last video, I used to have super curly, like really curly hair, and I used to use a diffuser all the time. So this is for people that have curly hair, or you want a little like crunch up your hair and make it a little curly. And it has this little thing that you push, and then these come up and down depending on how long or hair or how much hair you have. Then the next attachment is basically a concentrator. You put this on top of here and you twist it, and you have this. So alright, so those are the attachments for the Shark. I kind of went over both devices with you. I compared them. Here is one thing that I will say about the Shark that I absolutely do not like. It's actually, in my opinion, a very bad design. I've actually never watched anyone's review on this. I'm not sure if anyone has talked about it or not. I'm pretty sure I'm not the only one who feels that. When you're working with a Dyson, when you're holding this, when you're holding this up to your hair, all the controls are right here. Right here. You don't have to move your finger. You don't have to use this hand. So you basically style, turn it on, turn it off, turn it on, turn it off, and cold shot, everything. Everything is here. There's nothing down here. With the Shark, oh, one thing, the Shark is a lot heavier. A lot heavier. When I got the Dyson, I was like, this is gonna be very difficult to hold all the time. And then the moment I picked it up, I was like, this is very light. It's not that heavy, but it's definitely a lot heavier than the Dyson. Maybe I should watch some reviews on this and see if anyone else mentioned it. So on this one, the buttons are down, especially the on and off. It's the one you constantly use, because when you're curling your hair, you have to turn it off before you release it. And you're not holding down here, right? The button is all the way down here. So what makes it really uncomfortable is that you're holding it here, you're styling, you have to use this hand to turn it off and then release it. It's just very difficult, very uncomfortable. Or you have to like hold this one here, slide your hand all the way down here, turn it off, and then release the hair. Very uncomfortable. I really do not like that. That's the one thing. The fact that it is heavier is another thing for me that I do not love. Let's go to the barrels now. Let's just compare. Again, the barrels you have to switch versus this one, you just need one barrel and you switch with just twisting this. You don't have to take it off, re-put it, put it back, take it off, put it back. Now let's put them side by side. All right, the Dyson is a little bit longer, of course. I thought it's a lot longer. It definitely feels a lot longer. This one is not as powerful, even on the highest power is not as powerful. With the Dyson, the moment I wrap it, it immediately wraps all my hair. This one I have to go a couple of times until it grabs all of my hair, and then it doesn't grab as much. This one grabs a lot more hair for me, and I have a lot of hair. I have thick hair and very coarse hair, so for me that's really, really important that the moment I put it on, it kind of frustrated me because I had to go smaller section and smaller section. So this one grabs more hair and it's more powerful in grabbing my hair. That makes sense? So two different things, right? Doesn't grab as much hair, so you gotta go a little bit thinner sections, and it doesn't wrap all of my hair, so that's also really, really important. Now let's kind of compare these two. I personally like this for my hair type versus this one. This makes my hair a little bit more straight than this one, although this one really does make it straight, but I personally prefer this bristle. And let's compare these two. There's definitely a huge size difference, as you can see. Here's the thing though, I style my hair with this all the time, and I do the front of my hair, and I kind of like it to be S-shape, and towards the right I do side bang. And then with this one, did I already say this one? Oh, I have been styling my hair with this one. When this part of my hair is a little bit shorter, this becomes a little bit challenging for me, so I gotta go back and forth between this one and this one. Now I haven't had shorter side bangs with this one, so I can't really speak on that, but I can say that this gives me a perfect S. So now for the frizz control, they kind of work okay. I don't have a lot of frizz on my hair. The moment I brush it out, as you can see, I don't have a lot of frizz. Sometimes I do, and the moment I brush it out, it goes away, so I don't really need the frizz control, I would say. So now the diffuser, the Dyson that I have does not come with a diffuser, but Dyson has a diffuser attachment, so you can buy it. And the Dyson that I have does not come with a concentrated one, which I don't use normally. All right, so I talked about the prices. This one is $600, this one is $250. Here's my honest review. 100%. 1,000%. 1,000%. This is the winner. Honestly, cannot live without it. I cannot do my hair with anything else now. I'm so used to it. It does a perfect job. It does an amazing job. It holds my hair beautifully, styles my hair beautifully, and just really happy with it. It's been a year and a half and I have absolutely no regrets, other than I do have to purchase the big brush. Worth every single penny for me, and I would repurchase it 1,000 times over again. I really hope this video helped. Do let me know if you have any questions in the comment section, or if you want to see anything else, please let me know. If you have any questions, leave it in the comment section. I'll be more than happy to answer. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this video. I'll see you on my next one.